my gosh, we cannot escape this picture. This picture is so terrifying. What's up, Rad fam? Today we are diving into a topic that is exploding on the internet right now, and it is called the Momo Challenge, or simply referred to as Momo. Right before I went to bed last night, I started seeing people on Twitter mentioning Momo, and then when I went to go check like what was trending, it was the #1 thing that was shown to me as trending on Twitter right before I went to bed. And I quickly scrolled through it just to see what the heck is everyone talking about. And I got these weird, creepy pictures of this cartoon, scary looking woman. Just reading through people's tweets about it, everyone kind of seems confused on what's happening, what it is. It seems like a few people seem to know what the urban legend or the story is about it, but then most people just talking about how creepy the picture of, and oh my god, that picture is incredibly terrifying. And people were saying different things, like some people mentioned hackers, some mentioned it infiltrating kids shows, and then a lot of people seeming to talk about it being on YouTube. So I thought this is something we definitely need to dive into on this channel because it's just so confusing, and I personally want to know what the heck is happening. So let's get to it. So if you've been a Rad Fam member for a minute, you know how these deep dive explanation type videos go for us. But if you're new here, hi, hello, my name is Kaylena. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you join the Rad Fam by subscribing. But we are going to try to get a basis of what the heck this urban legend is and go from there. Try to get some questions answered, like where did it originate from? Why are people going so nuts over this right now? And should we be afraid of it? So first things first, we gotta know what the heck is the Momo Challenge, and to do that, we are going to stop by Wikipedia first. Oh my gosh, we cannot escape this picture. This picture is so terrifying, and it's being used on all the news articles. Ugh. There's actually a caption on Wikipedia for the picture. A disturbing image of Momo circulated in mid-2018, derived from a Japanese sculpture titled Mother Bird, which was made in 2016. So as you can see right off the bat, this is not a new thing, and that tends to be the case for these online internet urban legends. It seems like something will have been started a while back, maybe a year, maybe a few months, maybe even 10 years. And then somehow it suddenly, with a vengeance, resurfaces and takes a social media platform by storm. And then from there, from all the confusion and people not really diving into what the topic is or what the story originated as, people just buy into it. And so they start retweeting things like, oh my gosh, be careful about the Momo Challenge. It's hurting our kids. Of course, parents are going to be understandably afraid and they're going to be angry because if they see an article that's titled Momo Challenge on YouTube dangers kids, what parent is not going to be instantly like, oh, what's happening, you know? And if that article doesn't truly explain where this originated from or what it even is really, these parents will then want to warn other parents, so they'll keep retweeting it. They'll add little taglines to the retweets like, this is so scary, parents need to beware. With just how fast people can retweet things, it doesn't take much for something like this to get blown out of proportion, for it to spread like wildfire to mainstream media, because they are then going to pick up on this sensationalized topic because it gets clicks, let's be honest. But then these websites will write articles based off of people's reactions and kind of feeding into that fear just to get clicks. But yes, let's get back to what the actual challenge is. The Momo Challenge is an alleged form of cyberbullying. Oh, so right away you can see how this is a topic that has gained a lot of attention, that spreads through social media and cell phones. After phones are enticed to contact a user named Momo, they receive graphic threats from users who are instructed to perform a series of dangerous tasks. Despite claims that this challenge was reaching worldwide proportions in July of 2018, so almost half a year ago, the number of actual complaints is relatively small, and no police force has confirmed that anyone was actually harmed based off of this challenge. Reports on and awareness of the alleged challenge rose in February 2019, so right now, after the Police Service of Northern Ireland posted a public warning on Facebook. Right there, that gives us a little understanding of why this resurged. So it can be traced back to this Facebook post of this police force warning parents that this challenge could pose a threat. Thankfully, they're not saying anyone has actually been harmed, but they don't want to take chances and tell parents, hey, this is something we're noticing happening right now. Be on the lookout. Now, this Wikipedia article does try to give a little bit more backstory on what the Momo Challenge is, and it's actually mentioning a Rainbot video. Now, she is a YouTuber who dives into a bunch of these scary, crazy websites and challenges and urban legends to try to give people answers as to what the heck's going on. She made a video on it in July of 2018, targeting teenagers. People presenting themselves as Momo on WhatsApp messages try to convince people to contact them through their actual cell phone. As with other internet challenges, such as Blue Whale, which is something that was brought up a lot, that's just another one of these urban legend internet challenges that people talk about, but is it really something that kids are being exposed to? Players are then instructed to perform a series of tasks, and refusal to do so will be met with threats of bodily harm. They'll say that they cursed them or their family, that they'll be in danger. Just not really anything that's unique to the Momo challenge, to be honest. On this channel, we've covered some scary email chain letters as well as the more modern text message chain letters, which follow the same premise, where it's you've come across this message, and if you don't do as the message instructs you to do, bad things are going to happen to you. And that whole scary idea has really existed for the entirety of the internet, it seems like. People have always wanted to scare people, and the internet and social media and phones are just an easy way to get more people scared. So this Wikipedia article then just goes on to reiterate that really no one has come forward and saying that they have partaken in the Momo challenge and were harmed or seriously hurt, and that there really isn't any cause to panic. Now, the whole idea that the Momo challenge is actually to be blamed for several suicides, which is such a heavy topic, they're saying that's not true, and that really this is just sensationalized, that this is just a widespread internet urban legend, and it started as a hoax. And the reason why it spread so fast is because it's such a serious topic and people were so freaked out by it that they were uninformed and shared it anyways. Now, for the actual picture of Momo that is so darn creepy, and seriously, that is nightmare fuel in and of itself, even if you didn't know what the challenge was, that picture is enough to freak you out. But the picture used as Momo is actually a picture of a sculpture that was produced by, and I'm sorry, I'm going to pronounce this name wrong, produced by Kazuku Asawa at special effects firm Link Factory. Now, this firm has since denied any involvement in the Momo challenge, but the picture of the sculpture has actually existed online since 2016. So now we're going over to this website called BBC News, because they did an article trying to explain a little bit more in depth what the Momo challenge is and why people should kind of be worried about it. But right away, in the very beginning of the article, they say that police have informed the public that the Momo challenge is being used by hackers to harvest personal information. Now, that's a huge claim, and that is one that seems to really be adding fuel to the fire, because before it was just this loose internet urban legend that seemed to have resurfaced, right? But now they're saying there's a real life actual threat to this. So this BBC News article says that the Momo challenge targets specifically young children on WhatsApp, and once they start communicating with them, the dares or the things that it tells the kids that they must complete the instructions get increasingly more and more violent. Now, this article then goes on to say that during the challenge, and I keep putting quotes around it because it's not really a challenge, so it seems like one of those just keywords that were thrown into this. They then go on to say that during some of the communication, some of the steps, the instructions, what have you, that they'll try to pry personal information from children. They don't really say as to why. The only thing I can think of is why anyone would fish for information. It's to get access to accounts. It's to make accounts in these people's names. Besides this article mentioning it and a few people on Twitter just reiterating it, I can't really seem to trace back any factual linkage to the whole hacking side of it. But the idea of somebody seeing this as an opportunity to exploit, like a copycat, it does make sense then. If this Momo challenge has already existed and people already know it's like this urban legend scary thing, and then use that as an opportunity to fish for information, that's not surprising. So that does seem to be what's happening right now. Now that this trend has blown up, people are now saying that they're seeing more people act like Momo on these sites. Then it begs the question, is this even real, or is it just a hoax and now people want to cash in on the fad? People do this, and so it gets the whole instances of real encounters skyrockets after the first initial publicity spike. As of this very moment that I am making this video today, the information is pointing to this doesn't exist. This is just an internet hoax that's a very creepy story, but one that's not unique in the least bit, honestly. I mean, from all like the chain emails and texts that we have covered on this channel alone, it seems just like a carbon copy of it, just with a new creepy picture and name to accompany it. But if this doesn't show you how big this has gotten right now, Kim Kardashian West, who is a megastar all over the world, has even taken to her own social media accounts to spread the warning of the Momo challenge. Now, her involvement in this seems like any other parent, to be honest, where she is taking screenshots of the information and tweeting it out, or I think she actually took to Instagram to share with other parents like, hey, this is happening, you should be on the lookout for it. But she does seem to be taking this a little bit further and actually asking publicly for YouTube to intervene with this. And it's not so much stepping in like trying to get rid of videos like this, hopefully, of us just talking about it, but of videos where the urban legend is actually in use. Another variation that has a lot of parents concerned, I guess, is that people are saying that this Momochan will pop up during like a Peppa the Pig or like a kid's show on YouTube, that it's actually coming to them, that people are re-uploading videos of Peppa the Pig with Momochan inserted into it randomly, which if was true would be terrifying. But here's the thing, did that even exist? According to YouTube, as of right now, YouTube seems to be saying like, hey, no, this doesn't really seem to be an issue. This doesn't really exist. We can't find any actual instances of Momo being inserted into kid-friendly videos. So it seems like, again, something that's being perpetuated and talked about without any actual foundation of truth to back it up. Since this is being talked about so much, are we going to start seeing these videos pop up? Yes, come on. Like, that's how the internet works. Because people are going to think it's even more scary, and then it gives more things for people to talk about. But of course, if you ever see this pop up, look at the date that it was posted. Now, I'm not saying that a video out there online doesn't exist. Is it as widespread as people are saying it is? No, it's just fueled by terror, and that's kind of how the trajectory of these internet hoaxes go. But I think this is a good place to end it. I feel like we covered a lot of information. We have the basis of the urban legend, where we think it kind of originated from, and why people are so darn terrified of it right now. But thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you liked it, please give this video a big thumbs up. It really helps out this channel and this video and this community, the Rad Fam. Thank you guys so much. And until next time, keep up the radness, and please don't fall for a scary chain letter. Bye.